Reggie Empire back at you. I had an issue with my mic, so I'm going to do this video again. No problem. I hope everybody's doing good this Friday afternoon. For some of us, Central Time is 11:28 at the time recording this video. Central Time S&P's is dropping to 0.02. The Dow has dropped to 0.3. Nasdaq 0.21, still holding strong but dropping. Up 50 points. The Russell is down 0.42. The VIX is still retreating. Gold is at 1.89. Consumer sentiment in February shows higher price weigh on U.S. households, but Supreme Court holds offer relief. We're talking about two catalysts, ladies and gentlemen. Two catalysts. Let's hear what they have to say really quick.
On the regulatory level for that to happen?
No, I think it should stop right now. The Supreme Court says it's illegal. You can't do it. It should stop immediately. And I think they're also going to have to claw back all these monies that were paid. There's got to be a process whereby companies who have had to pay these tariffs are going to get refunds. And there's got to be some kind of regulatory process set up to do that. And I mean, look, there are people who have been actually betting that the Supreme Court would come out the way it did, and were, in a sense, buying up the right to go back and retrieve these amounts of money. Certain entities have been giving money to companies, allowing them to pay the tariffs with the promise that if the tariffs got overruled, that they would be able to sit in the shoes of the company and go back and try and get those refunds, thereby making money over whatever it was they had to pay for that right. It was kind of...
So, let's go over this article really quick. The University of Michigan Index Consumer Sentiment for February came in at 56.6, up 0.4% from January, but below last year's level of 64.7. Good news. The small increase was lower than the 57.2 reading expected by economists. So economists are expecting that 57.2. We came in at 56.6. Great news. We need it. Overall consensus do not perceive any material difference in the economy from last month. All right. Let's move on. About 46% of consumers spontaneously mentioned high prices eroding their personal finances. Readings have exceeded 40% for 7 months in a row. People are saying, hey man, this is eating my personal finances within my household. Readings have exceeded 40% for 7 months in a row. Sentiment is about 13% below the year ago and 21% below January 2025. This report surveyed consumers before Friday announced it was also take some time for any impact from the Supreme Court ruling to work through the economy. I mean, it's going to take some time to see the pullback on prices. But higher prices remain the key stressor for U.S. households, and any relief might push sentiment higher in the month ahead. Like I said, this is great news. Friday readings from the University of Michigan also showed inflation expectations improved further, with year-ahead inflation forecast falling to 3.4 from 4% earlier this month. That's the lowest since January 2025, but still higher than the 2.3 and 3% range seen in the 2 years prior to the pandemic. In closing, we talked about, come on computer, work with me, go up, there you go. In closing, right, there are two catalysts that came out. One was the federal court nixed Trump tariffs. Another thing, consumer sentiment came out, and it shows that inflation is at 3.4%, which is, let's go there really quick, 3.4% down from 4% earlier this month. That's the lowest since January 2005, but still higher than the 2.33 and 3% that we saw 2 years prior to the pandemic, which is 2018-2019. With all that said, this is good news. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I am a new YouTuber. I push videos out every day talking about finances, news, catalysts, whatever comes to my mind, or the help of Yahoo Finance under news. With that said, y'all have a blessed day and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Reggie Empire out. Holla at y'all. Whoop.